Warning, the following video contains spoilers of some upcoming game, rambling, ranting, and fanboyism. Watch at your own risk. As if that wasn't put blunt enough. And to kill some time, here we go, opening video. Anytime now. Wait for it. And what's up guys, it's me here, and I decided to do this, because I didn't do it last week, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna finish it all this week while I still have the chance and while I still want to talk about it. And like what the video said before, yeah, spoilers. There are some spoilers here, and let's see. Okay, if you haven't noticed, Jump Fest was the 17th and the 18th, and from that was, well, the thing I took from it, which was not many people did like coverage on it or whatever, but the thing that got me was the whole Pokemon crossover thing. Yeah, that got me interested right now, because it's Pokemon is a SRPG now, like this guy, Final Fantasy Tactics, regular Vargas Wars, games like that. And yeah, how each character had like their own little Pokemon with them. Now you basically making a team of Pokemon again, but this time instead of it being like turn based, it's gonna be like tactics based, which is kind of awesome. And also, the Vita came out, the 17th, I believe. Yeah, the 17th. And I didn't get much into that yet. I'm probably gonna have to look a bit to it like during this week. And all I know is like they had demos for like Gravity Days and whatnot, and the 20 games that was there, and how they're not doing the paper, you know, the little instruction paper on the games anymore to conserve paper, and it's probably gonna be the manual's already gonna be on the disc. Like my friend told me like how they did with Super Mario 3D Land, like, and he's Vita, if you don't know. Yeah, that's my friend. And another thing is, I might as well touch on this now while I get the chance to, is the whole DLC concerning Final Fantasy 13-2. Like, the game already is out on the 15th, and one of my subscriptions, Hyper Soccer 2009, she already has the walkthrough of the game so far. Like, she did, as soon as the game came out, she uploaded part 1 and then gave her review on it, saying like, if you like the first one, you gotta like this one, and which gave me hopes for the game so far. Well, for the balances of the game, like, the only thing she didn't like was how the crystal line was better in 13 than 13-2. But anywho, it was like the DLC I looked at now was the costumes, and I don't know why they have a bikini one for Sarah. Like, okay, we get a bikini Sarah, and no, got some new clothes. And one thing that got me is the whole, they had a trailer where they show lightning at the end, like a fight with lightning at the Coliseum with her original 13 clothes. And yeah, you get to fight lightning, but I don't know if it's like how the sky is with the whole, and it's DLC, if it's like the sky where you beat a character from a returning game and then they join your team, or it's just gonna be like one of the fights in the Tales of Vesper Coliseum, where you just fight characters from other Tales series and just to fight them, and they don't join your team. because at this rate it looks like it. Like you just like yeah, she's here, but you just get to fight her. No plan. Like it'll be awesome if you can, because at this rate the game is looking to be like Tales of Phonia Dawn in the New World, where we already had Emil and Marta, and right now we have Sarah and Noel. And I thought like halfway through the game you probably gotta get characters from the first game that's setting your party, or human characters that's setting your party, and you get mostly monsters. Yeah, monsters. And speaking of friggin' spoilers, I might as well bring up, well, I'll talk about Dream Drop this Kingdom Hearts. Well, I'm trying not to get in too much into this game, mind you, because there's I spoiled Barbara Sleep for myself, and I don't want to spoil Dream Drive to this distance, since it's a premise to 3, like how Chain of Memories was a prelude to 2. Dream Drop Distance is a prelude to 3. So you gotta play that to understand the story of 3, or going into 3. And thing with that is they announced the Pinocchio world, 3 Musketeers, Tron Legacy, and a couple characters revealed. And with the character reveals, we had, from what I heard from the trailer present, I'm not gonna look at that trailer for, I don't know if I don't really know if I'm gonna look at the trailer or not. Try not to spoil the game as much possible like I did with Skyward Sword, which I still haven't got past the 2-hour freaking mark. And yeah, that the trailer basically showed like, well, on Silicon Hour I read that Terranort, well, you know, Xehanort, when he first possessed Terra, like at the, sorry if that's spoiler, but I'm gonna agree with somebody who said, like on Silicon Hour, the game is 2 years old. 2 years old. And get the game. That's it. If you have to get the game, if you haven't gotten the game yet, then by all means, either look the story up on YouTube or get the game for yourself. It's not hard to understand. It's basically, if you start with Bird by Sleep, then you're pretty much, you're good. If Bird by Sleep is your first Kingdom Hearts game, you're good. It's Kingdom Hearts 0. That's basically what it is. Kingdom Hearts 0. You're good. It starts everything. Then you can move on. But if you're one of the people that just bought it, got it just to get it, then yeah, probably not your cup of tea now, is it? And sorry about that little side rant. They also revealed Vin's supposed to be back and Axel's supposed to be back. Axel calling himself Lee and Vin just being Vin. I don't know. It's like, well, might as well say this now, and sorry whoever I had to defend with this. I kinda like Vin better than Roxas. Yes, they're technically the same person, but still. It's just, every time I see Roxas, and well, my whole perspective of Roxas was that he was whiny. He really was whiny. And from Kingdom Hearts 2, whiny. I did not like Roxas. I still don't, to a certain extent. And it wasn't until days where I'm like, oh my god, they gave him a character. They gave him some character development. Oh my god, like, oh, he had a reason for this. Oh, his memory got erased, and well, oh my god, friendship that. And yeah, he ended up being a whole lot more like, I don't know, like a mix of Ben and Sora kind of. That's another spoiler right there, and mind you. And yeah, it took Roxas a his own game, mind you, to get respect from me. Nobody else did that, or needed to. Nobody. I mind you, nobody. Anywho, they also show, like, I think they say advances in the trailer, Peter Maleficent, a young Xehanort attacking Sora and whatnot, and then Kyrie and Naminé appearing, everybody else appearing in the opening and whatnot. And yeah, if I really want to look at the trailer, I'll probably come back to you on that, but I doubt it this rate, really do. And it's headed for March, so I was right with the whole anniversary thing. Yes, no more. That was so sly, so slick doing that. Like, not noticing that the game was gonna be released on the 10th anniversary of the freaking series. Like, nope. You can't even just give us a final mix too. Like, that's all I want. Do I have to freaking beg on my knees? Like, really? That's all I want. Just Kingdom Hearts 1 and it. You know, the first one only gotta be Final Mix. Just give me Final Mix 2 and I'll be a happy camper. Do anything, man. Sell my soul for it. And I want to end this video with Soul Calibur 5. Like, mind you. I was wrong that I was really hoping they announced somebody like during Jump Fest, because I saw Namco Bandai Games. I was like really hoping, like, maybe now we'll get Talon. Maybe we'll get Talon. No, nothing Soul Calibur related. Like, come on, we got like 7 characters left. Come on. But it was her, Young Sung, Zawsum, Seska, Somina, and wow, those are basically all the 5 I really want back. I know I'm missing somebody. Oh, and Cassandra. Those are the 6 I want to see back so far. I know what happened to Sophia. Like, yo, come on. Like, really? But besides that, this, oh my god. Let me land some massive spoilers, well, what many of you will consider spoilers for the stories. And to find all these stories I'm about to show, or if you don't believe any of it, just go to the Blade of Souls and search up the YouTube username, the Blade of Souls. Search them up and then look at the videos with their stories. Alright, first off, I'm gonna start with a good old Siegfried. My main character ever since Soul Calibur 1. And his story is, he's basically looking for a successor to Soul Calibur. He got, like, Soul Calibur, he beat Nightmare, and he knew that he was gonna stop, so he started Swatchewin again, and he ended up at one point having Soul Calibur was revived again, and then it was just in the shape of a one-headed weapon, which, surprise, is what Prathos has. And Siegfried told Zowie to go find a successor, and Siegfried's basically waiting at this point for his successor, which is kind of cool since he was the main one using Soul Calibur, and oh my god, and since Soul Calibur 2, do we count 2? Do we? I don't know if we count 2, because technically he had it in 2, but he was still possessed by nightmares, so by Solar, so I know from 2 and onward, I'm gonna need some clarification on that, guys. I really am. let's see, who else? Wasn't really keen on. I didn't read Volto's story because I really don't care at this point. Who else? Nightmare. Well, what can I say about Nightmare? He's basically, he got another body just in case. He knew that was gonna happen. He had a body hidden in the little castle where Siegfried whooped him for the last time. He was getting shards and getting souls from. It took control of Gosh. He's going by Gosh now, and a knight that won favor with the Empire, and he's using political. Oh my God. He's using political power and the nation's things for his own will, all that jazz. He's basically, how do I say this? He's a shadow of his former self, actually. More or less, he's a shadow of his former self, taking orders from people and just getting things from the shadow. And I'm talking about that later. And he's just, Nightmare's just trying to get souls. That's all there is to it. He don't care, and that's basically it for him. And onward to Maxie. Oh boy, Maxie. I was right about you, boy. I was right. Thing is, during the little conflict after he killed Azeroth for the fourth time, four times, guys, 4, and he ended up, he still has Soul Edge in him, and ended up meeting with, surprise, Edge Master, Keelik's former master, and learned to live with the shard of Soul Edge in him. And he gets, instead of all serious Maxie, we get the old show, the Maxie we all know and loved, and Soul Calibur 1, the cheerful Maxie. And they even said he joked about how his body is slowly aging, and he could pose as a youngster. And then we get to the point where we are right now. The seriousness of this whole thing right here. And that is, heed me now. Heed me now, guys. Edgemaster talked to Maxie. Told him Keelik's life was in danger, and the only way Keelik can survive is he give Kali Yuga to Shiva. And then Maxie agreed to take Shiva to go get Kali Yuga from Keelik to save him. I was right. I told you. I don't know how many times I said it. Maxie was going to look for Keelik, and Shiva was gonna have some connection to Keelik. He's gotta get the Kali Yuga from Keelik. Keelik is still alive, and this apparently is ill-fated. So we finally got the answer of how Keelik's ill-fated and whatnot. This is it. And first I was pissed when I heard this. I'm like, are you serious? Like come on, man. I was thinking that from the get-go. Thanks for telling me ahead of time, though, that I was right. And it gets even worse with Lexia. Gets even worse. Wait. And yeah, it's nice seeing how Maxie's just, that's his buddy. Keelik is his buddy, and it's cool seeing him like that. Azeroth, for some odd reason, they made another one. Yes, another new Azeroth, and the dude that Maxie supposedly killed, came back to life. From the verge of death, mind you, and made another Azeroth. Simple as that, and made more. I'm not going into Azeroth's story because I could care less. Same goes for Yoshimitsu. Yoshimitsu killed the old Yoshimitsu, and this Yoshimitsu killed the old Yoshimitsu and took his position as chief. And Aeon, he regained his sanity, but not the way we all thought he was. Oh no, he wasn't blessed by whatever that dude's name is. What's it say about? He ended up thinking, a voice told him, like, devour people to get what you lost. And yeah, that's like, he thinks, like, if he eats the holy people, he will get his original body back, because his, you know, Bethus, I don't know how to pronounce the effing god's name. I really don't. I won't even call him a god at this point. Like, look what happened to Sophia. Look what happened to her. Like in Soul Calibur 2, 3, and 4? Can you honestly say there is a god in there? I don't think so. No. And what happened to Lizard Man? Yeah. There's a god there, alright. Just me, though. Anywho, atheist talk aside, or whatever. Let's see, who else am I missing? Ivy's trying to stop the sword. That's all she is. Cervantes came back to life, free from Soul Edge's curse. He didn't have Mitsuruki's story wasn't up, I believe. And this is, I'm gonna start with Hildy's first. Hildy, she's trying to reclaim her homeland again. It's taken over. She joined Swatzer Win for that. And Tira was just how we said it again. Me and Ripon 251 said it again. Like, you can even tell she, during this little 17-year gap, she's been getting Soul Edges. Not only that, not only has she been making a new a vassal, like, she's been collecting the Soul Edges shards to help restore his power. And when it finally does, she, like, is dead. Her whole sexual nightmare, dead to the simple fact that he's a supposedly imposter, because he was doing things from the shadows and taking souls from the shadows, and he was like, unlike the old Nightmare, which could care less about what other people was like on his own free will, this dude was taking orders from other people, and that got Tira saying, no, he's an imposter. This is the Nightmare that I love and envy and infatuate with. And she decided, you know what, I'm gonna get my own host. And surprise, surprise, who she picked for the host? Wait for it. Give you like a couple clues. Daughter Sophia kidnapped and handed her mom's weapons. No? Still nothing? Pure. Yep. Gotta end up like her mom. God help us all. Wait, there is no God in Soul Calibur. Forgot that. I'm still making that me. Like, anybody mention Sophia, there is no God. Plain and simple. And might as well start on the new characters. Okay. Main one I want to start with first, Zowie. Plain and simple. Mostly do because, oh yeah, I forgot Raphael. Raphael's looking for Amy. That's it. Anywho, Zowie, he was a wanderer, and he's basically a wanderer, just running from town to town. People call him a werewolf because he has his little pack with Ein, and he was on the run. He then ended up meeting Viola, and they ended up traveling together. He ended up helping her because he was already the target of assassins, and then Viola ended up getting her own batch of assassins after her because of her fortune telling being always right and could see like what was inside the person's soul. And then soon enough, Siegfried takes both of them in under his protection, and to repay like Siegfried's debt, Zara agreed to find successor to the Soul Calibur. So to freaking Wikipedia saying he's the secondary antagonist. How the F he's secondary antagonist when he's working with the freaking main protagonist from the first game? Huh? Like, no, thought so. From Wikipedia. And that's cool for me because like the screenshots showed it anyway. Like he was with Prathos, and then he was with him again, and the other when he was wielding Soul Calibur, he was with him. Like what Siegfried was teaching him. And Viola, she's trying to get her memories back, and she's traveling without Egypt for the sole reason that I like how they said the crystal ball can see. She can see other people's soul through the crystal ball, but she can't see her own. So that was kind of ironic. And every time she looked, she was like, "It's nothing." And she thought of herself like an outcast. And except Zari was the lone exception to this because they both had supernatural powers, and they were both being hunted down by people. So. And she's just traveling to get her memories back and whatnot. And let's see, got 3 characters left. Which I start with. Natsu. Natsu was basically Naruto. Yeah, Naruto in a nutshell. I'm sorry to compare the two, but it's just like how the people shunned her for having like the little demon inside her, but Taki took her in nonetheless, and how she disobeyed like some of the clan's rules and whatnot, but always listened to Taki. And then Taki went out on a mission, and Natsu became worried because it was only gonna take her 2 weeks, and she ended up like not coming back for like, she was still missing for 5 weeks, and what she said was the mission was only gonna take her 2 weeks. And then Lexia meets up with her and asks her like as a bodyguard, and no, that's not right. Like Lexia went up to her and asked her to be her bodyguard. Like the way Lexia approached her was like not a fear. She didn't fear the Nine Tails. She was kind of like, since she was so innocent, because come on, Jean-Hua's daughter. And she was like okay with it. She was actually envious of Natsu for having that side and whatnot. So she decided to travel with Lexia as her bodyguard, and God, sorry about that. She decided to go with Lexia as her bodyguard and and also search for Taki along the way, since they all go in the same direction. And speaking of Lexia, hers is, I swear I hated the way hers started. Well, her story is, I don't know how I should say this without keeping her straight. He's basically how Jean basically told her what happened to her while she was traveling, and how she found Soul Calibur, mind you, how she fell in love with Keelik and all her journeys, and Lexia was said maybe we'll go on a journey too, and then maybe someday I'll go on a journey just like you, mom and mother, whatever. And then one day her brother Jinjin gave her like Keelik's pendant, like they said it was a circular blue necklace pendant. He gave Lexia, and then like as soon as Jean saw it, she went frantic, mind you, and she told the general dude, I don't even care about his name at this point, that Lexia should not be exposed to the outside world. Lexia, wondering why her mom was so frantic about the pendant, decided to go outside and find out for herself. So she went on her own little adventure and ended up meeting up with Natsu, and she agreed to be her bodyguard, and Maxie and Shiba. Coincidence? I think not. Especially the effing pendant. And my question begs this: how on earth did Jean get the pendant? How? And why was she so frantic when Lexia had it on? Like, what the F? Like, at this point, I really don't care. Like, I'm past the general and John and man Keelik and crap. Done with that. Like, if it is, it is. If it's not, it's. If Keelik's not the dad, it's a middle finger to face. If he is the dad, it's. Alright. It'll still be awesome though if he was in some way, shape, or form. Like, come on. And last but not least, our little Shiba. His was, oh my god. When I look at Shiba, the way he was talking, he first told Maxie he was hungry. Lexia responded like, we just ate. Maxie told her, like, rustled her hair a bit, told Shiba the next town has some delicious steam bun, and yeah, Shiba just went well motivated over the effing steam buns nonetheless. Like, I don't know what I guess his thing is just he's freaking hungry. Like, I know he's supposed to be getting Kali Yuga from Keelik and whatnot, but what I get from Shiba is that when I first heard of that, he's like Tao. That's the first thing that came into my mind when he was so crazy about the steam bun. Tao. From Blaze Blue. Tao. Because Tao likes meat buns. And she was also trying to get a steam bun. And Labello, he's just being a con artist, and Ezio, I didn't read his. I don't know if Pratos and Pure didn't have one, or Mitsurugi, but I'm gonna look into those later on. And that's about it, people. That's it. So, what's your take on it? The whole Jump Fest thing, the Pokemon thing. Like, do you agree that it was about time Pokemon did this, and how's your take on it? Because I have no idea what the second series is. I kid you not. uh, what's your song still on the Vita? Like, it's out now. Like, are you looking for stuff to play? Are you looking forward to the games on there, and the game be offered later on throughout the year and whatnot? Because mines are, let's see, Gravity Days. I wanted to get Continuum Shift Skin, and I don't know if I want that for Vita or 360 or not. And the Sky 30 Absence of Justice, and I think it was Tales of Innocence. I don't know if that's on PS Vita or not, or I don't know if that's Vita or not. And yeah, and the whole Final Fantasy thing, I want to know that too. Do you think the whole DLC thing is kind of iffy? I mean, the costumes are alright, but what's your take on the boss fights? Like, do you think, like, if you beat the character it's gonna be like they join your team, or you get like an item or something, or it's just there to provide entertainment, like how the super boss battles were in like Kingdom Hearts and other games? And I'm not missing something. Oh yeah, and for Dream Drop Distance, like, who do you want to see, like, in return, like, in some way, shape, or form? And do you think we're getting too much information? Is this spoiling too much? Because an 8-minute trailer, really, revealing all that stuff. Yeah, guys, watch out for that. And for Soul Calibur 5, yeah, just leave your thoughts in on that. You know, like what stories you like most so far, like which ones you have thoughts about more, or think it's the most interesting. Like I said, go on the Blade of Souls. He has it, he or she. I don't know if it's a dude or a chick. Don't know. And how do you think the overall story is gonna be so far? Or now that we know all this, the game will be forever shunned. And oh my god, they released too much info, man. And yeah, I can't get hyped for it again. I'm still hyped for it again. Gotta see him play for my own eyes. I don't care. And that's about wrap this video up. Thanks for watching, guys, and comment, rate, comment, inbox me, video response, the usual. And I will see you later. Post up whenever I can. Keep it classy, and probably not gonna do this for a while, so if I don't get back like before my birthday or during the break, then happy holidays and see you soon.